The world unites for Palestine. Karachi, Pakistan, Baghdad, Iraq, Amman, Jordan, Cairo, Egypt, Tehran, Iran, London, UK, New York, and DC in USA, and dozens of other cities were filled with thousands of people who came out to protest Israel's brutality against Palestinians in Gaza. Israel's airstrikes killed over 4,000 Palestinians, including 2,000 children, according to Gaza's health ministry. Images of children lying dead in hospitals and amidst the rubble of destroyed buildings have moved thousands to the streets, calling not only for a ceasefire in Gaza, but also for an end to Israel's occupation, which many protesters have labeled as an apartheid. In Baghdad, large crowds filled the infamous Tahrir Square in the center of the Iraqi capital for protests. In Yemen's capital Sana'a, demonstrators took to the streets waving Yemeni and Palestinian flags, despite the people of Yemen themselves being subjected to bombardment by outside nations. In Rabat, Morocco, Moroccans held a huge rally in support of Palestine. Some 1,000 Muslims rallied in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia after Friday prayers to show solidarity with the Palestinians, chanting "Free Palestine" and "Crush the Zionists." In Pakistan, where there were also large protests, the fascist, illegal, brutal regime, a proxy of the powerful military establishment, arrested workers of the country's largest political party, Pakistan Tahreek-e-Insaf (PTI), when they tried to organize and rally for Palestine. Police arrested dozens of workers of PTI in Islamabad and other cities.
Israel Namanzur! Palestine Zindabad! Palestine Zindabad! Palestine Zindabad! हाथ don't touch me, हाथ मत लगाएं, हाथ.
The regime issued threats to PTI's local leaders, warning them not to organize pro-Palestine rallies. Despite the crackdown, members of PTI, former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party, filled the streets calling for a free Palestine and an end to Israel's deadly campaign. After the failure of preventing Imran Khan's supporters from protesting, the government declared a non-partisan protest in Lahore. As people joined, PMLN's political party senator came out in front to use Palestine to further their image. Appalled by this, families started leaving the protests as they felt they were tricked and vowed to stand against oppression. They themselves must stop their own oppression.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आप देख रहे हैं कि एक बड़ा ज़बरदस्त जो है प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है इधर आपारे में अगेंस्ट द एट्रोसिटीज दैट आर गोइंग ऑन इन पैलेस्टाइन एंड इजराइल। और जैसे ही उन्होंने अनाउंस किया कि यहाँ पे PMLN के एक सेनेटर आए हैं तो दिस फैमिली वॉकड आउट। तो मैं इनसे पूछना चाहूँगी कि PMLN के सेनेटर का नाम सुन के व्हाई शी हैज़ वॉकड आउट। जी,
हम यहाँ पर फ़लस्तीन के साथ इज़हार यकजहती के लिए आ रहे हैं उस जुल्म के खिलाफ जो इसराइल उन पर कर रहा है। और जब हमारे अपने मुल्क में हम रोज़ देख रहे हैं कि जो जुल्म हमारे निहत्ते बहन भाइयों पर हो रहा है और जिस तरह से टेक ओवर हमारी अपनी मुल्क का इस वक्त हुआ है और PMLN उसके अंदर पूरी शामिल है
जी, उसको लीड कर रही है।
इज़हार यकजहती करने के लिए आए। पहले अपने मुल्क में तो जो अनडिक्लेयर्ड मार्शल लॉ लगा हुआ है इस वक्त, उसको तो पहले मुल्क में हटाएं, हमें इज़हार आज़ादी राय का मौका दें।
जी,
पहले तो हमें हमारे मुल्क में राइट्स दें। आप किसके अगेंस्ट मार्च करने के लिए आए जबकि आपने खुद अपने मुल्क में ये तमाशा लगाया?
Absolutely.
That's why we walked out of this house.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We stand with our Palestinian brothers. We don't stand and we do not represent this fascist government that has overtaken every institution of Pakistan. We don't stand with them.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Pro-Philistine protests were not limited to cities in Muslim-majority nations. Some of the largest protests took place in Western cities, particularly in London, where some said the rally against Israel's attacks was one of the biggest in the city's history. Police in London have estimated that 100,000 people took to the streets for the National March for Palestine demonstration to denounce Israel's relentless bombing campaign and total blockade of Gaza. Despite the ban on showing solidarity to Palestine in nations such as Germany and France, the public came out in large numbers for a free Palestine. Canadians also showed their support for Palestine. The Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, attended a masjid in Toronto to show his support, but the public called him out for his complicity in the genocide and demanded a ceasefire.
We have the Prime Minister here. We have ministers of the Crown here. We have MPs here. We ask all of you. We ask all of you to listen to him. And if you want, please engage in dialogue.
How many more Palestinian children need to be slaughtered? How many more before you call for a ceasefire?
Boo! Boo!
That's 6,500 under the rubble. 2,000 children. Shame on you. This man won't even call for a ceasefire to stop the slaughter of Palestinian women, children, and men. Shame, shame, shame. Don't use your giving card. Don't invite it. Upstairs.
Don't on one side. Be peaceful. Be Canadian. We stand up for truth and justice.
The impunity Israel enjoys and the hypocrisy of humanitarian icons has been exposed.
End the occupation now! Stop the genocide! 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 Biden, Biden, you can't hide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide!
Israel is a terrorist state. By the time you watch this, Israel would have killed over 1,000 children. 1,000 children erased from this earth. Where are the front pages? Where is the outrage? Where is the empathy? 1,000 children. They've done nothing wrong. Their only crime was to be born in a concentration camp controlled by an apartheid regime. 50 whole families have been removed from the Gazan civil registry. 50 whole bloodlines removed from the earth forever by a brutal power which is committing endless war crimes, targeting civilian, targeting residential towers, targeting mosques, targeting hospitals. Palestinians have lived with Israeli terror for 75 years.
The world has become aware of the atrocities and apartheid under Israeli occupation. Today, the people of the world unite against the ethnic cleansing of Palestine.
Gaza,